welcome to Killer Kitsch Lizzie, my weird little world where I like to sew and knit and do other fun crafty things. I hope you enjoyed my little Halloween montage. October is my most favoritist time of the year. Hopefully you're all enjoying October and a couple more days till Halloween. Can't believe this month has gone by so fast. Too fast, unfortunately, but it does every year. Anyway, today's video is brought to you by Bunty. Well, actually, it's brought to you by I finally finished a bunch of things. Finally got all of my knitting off my needles, which is a good thing. I'll mention why in a moment. But I thought first we'll start out with what beautiful, beautiful Bunty is wearing. So underneath, once again, is an Aurora bodice. I swear I'm going to move on to other bodices. I promise. I have one that I'm actually working on right now, so you might see another Aurora coming up in another video, but I think I've actually shown it before anyways, but we'll see. Anyways, so I bought this Hawaiian print, and I'm also going to insert a little montage of videos with some more close-ups and stuff like that of all of the finished objects. I'm not going to just like leave you hanging so you don't see close-ups of the fabric, especially this fabric because it's a lot of fun. It's a Hawaiian fabric that has two styles of station wagons, and I'm not sure, I'm gonna say the 40s, late 40s maybe, anyway. And then there's a bunch of palm trees and surfboards and whatnot. And the reason I'm doing a montage is because right now you can't see the entire dress. The fabric wasn't quite, I didn't quite have enough, because I've used this fabric for a shirt I'm making for my husband, which is the Presley shirt. It's all cut out. I still haven't sewn it. That is one last sewing thing I have to do. And I used the leftover fabric to make this dress, but it wasn't quite enough to do a long enough skirt. I'm 5'8". So I added about 6 or 8 inches on the bottom. It was about 8 inches because, you know, once you do the hem and everything, so it's probably after the hem. And the seam allowance, I think it's like 5 inches additional on the bottom, or 5.5 on the bottom. Anyways, I really like this dress. Though some would say this is a summer print because it is on a black background and the colors are greens and browns and yellows. This is going to be fun for the fall for me. And then I finally finished the Anouk. Now this was not, it took longer than it should have. This was a very fast knit. Had I just stuck to it to the end, it would have been done very quickly. I got as far as the sleeve to here, and I didn't do the button band at that point as well. Now, I had to put it aside because I was working on a couple other projects. One was the Batty Beret, which, I mean, if you want to do the knit along, there's still a few days left. Because honestly, it only takes a few days. It's a beret. And then this is the bat from that pattern, the brooch version. Again, another Andy Sutherland, sorry, I've suddenly forgotten. Sutherland, I think. Andy Sutherland pattern. She no longer makes patterns, which makes me kind of sad because I really, really love her patterns. They're super easy to follow. This one especially, this was really easy to knit. Very fast, very easy. I will do another one at some point. I have some other knitting plans right now. In the other one, though, I'm going to do ribbing. Sorry, I keep losing my voice. I'm going to do ribbing from for the waistband and the cuffs. Although I like this cuff because it has an overlapping button band. The one thing I didn't like about this, and I'll probably talk about it more in the upcoming video or montage you're going to see, the diamond pattern, I only did it along the back. I didn't like it. I don't know, it just didn't stand out, so I'm not going to do that again. But anyway, that is what Bunty is wearing. I am wearing a Rita blouse, which you would have just seen actually in my Halloween makes wardrobe. Um, a circle skirt, which I self-drafted, and the Anemones brooch, which is from Bobo Buns, Lisa from Bobo Buns Patreon. It was her very first Patreon project. I've made a bunch of these already. Gifted a few too. So I'm gonna do fall one. I actually want fall colors, so or what I might do is using this idea, just make leaves, like yellow and orange leaves. We'll see. But yeah, I really love these brooches. I wear them a lot. So you're gonna see me kind of in and out of frame here and there. I just gotta grab things, and there wasn't enough room to put a table in front of me with Bunty here. So please bear with me as I grab things. So the other thing oh, and also I have a mic. I was getting a little annoyed with the other noises that were getting picked up when I was videoing. One of them was you can hear the fan from my light. I'm hoping it's not getting picked up on my mic because I'm over here. Also, I do live in an apartment building. It's an old apartment building with creaky floors, and so you can hear other people walking around and whatnot. Nobody's fault. It's an old building. Also, we're at that time of year where the heat is on because the other 2 units in my building get cold. And the minute we turn the heat on, our unit gets really hot. Again, old building, it's hard to sort of adjust the rads to make sure they're consistent with each unit, but so windows are open. End of October, open windows, so you're gonna hear outside noises too. So again, I'm hoping this mic will eliminate all of that. We'll see. So bear with me for a moment. I'm going to grab my next finished make. So I started this quite a while ago. It's from my husband. You're going to see in the upcoming montage better view of it. It is a Pac-Man sweater. Again, I'm not going to talk a lot about it because I do talk about it in the video. And it's very long because my husband is very tall. So that's another one you can see in the upcoming video montage. I'm just going to put that behind me. The other thing, which is going to be an upcoming project, I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek of it. I think I put a photo on Instagram a while ago. I made a little scrap fabric bag with bamboo handles. This isn't a huge bag. This is just a cute little going out bag. It has a pocket in it. I am going to, in the upcoming project, do a variety of sizes. So here's just a sneak peek of it. And without further ado, let's go to the videos. Here's the dress that I finally finished. It is with the Aurora bodice from Gertie's Patreon. Yes, I need to move on to another bodice now. The fabric is vintage, kind of Hawaiian, I guess, with the vintage station wagons on it. I've also used this same fabric for a shirt for my husband. I'm finishing off the Presley shirt for him. It won't be, unfortunately it wasn't done for this video, but, and I didn't have enough fabric to do a long enough skirt, so I just added a border of black fabric there. And there is a close-up of the print. This is the next finished object. I now officially have finished all of my knitting whips, which is good because I'm now working on a test knit for Tasha Could Make That, and as well as a test knit for something I am creating for Patreon, which is going to happen next year. So this is the Anouk. It is from Andy Sutherland, who unfortunately doesn't do pattern designs anymore, which is unfortunate because I loved her patterns. Tasha's are amazing as well. That's why I love test knitting for her. They both create patterns that are easy to understand. The instructions are really well done. The knits come out beautifully. So in the Anouk, apologize for the little close up here, but I don't know if you can see it. I think you can. Yeah, I think you can see it. There's a diamond pattern. I did it up here. I don't really like it. So you were supposed to do it down here too. I did not. I just didn't like it. It's not very, I don't know, you can't really see it. Maybe in a lighter yarn it might be more noticeable. I mean, I can sort of see it, but yeah. Anyways, I didn't do it at the bottom. I know a few people have knit this as well, and they didn't do the garter stitch at the bottom or on the cuffs. I actually like it, so I went ahead and did it. I like the way it looks because most of my borders and cuffs are, ribbing, but I found this to be very quick to do, and I don't know, I just like the look. I thought it was cute. Also it's a raglan sleeve, which I really like. And the way her technique for doing the raglan and then afterwards continuing the sleeves was really cool. So yeah, unfortunately can't buy this pattern anymore. I wish she could, and it has some vintage buttons. I was struggling for what kind of buttons to put on here, and then I put these buttons against the finished garment, and it looked really, really nice. So, and I love the cuffs. The cuffs are also button up. There is you can button them up. I don't know, it came out really cute, and I tried it on last night before putting the buttons on, and yeah, I was really happy with it. So, there we have the Anouk. And just one more little bit I'm going to add to this video. Look how cute my little Batty About Bats brooch looks on Anouk. Very cute. I'm selling the pattern still. It's the beret, plus you get instructions on how to do a bat applique or brooch, whichever you fancy. And the base beret can actually be done in any color you want. You don't have to add the appliques to it. As a matter of fact, they make really, really cute Christmas gifts. Yeah, the bat brooch looks really cute. All right, there you go. And here is the finished Pac-Man sweater that I made for my husband. I'm also going to pop up a photo of a close-up. Made a couple of mistakes on here. Well, not necessarily mistakes, but things I would have done a little bit better. So the sweater and the graph I designed myself. Any of the sweaters I made for my husband, I've designed the graph for those. I'm also designing some graphs for myself. One of them is Daria from 90s MTV. I've actually designed a graph. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a vest or a sweater yet for myself. I have a couple other knitting projects I want to do first, but I don't know, when I do it, if you want me to do a tutorial on what I've done to make that sweater, when I get to it, let me know. Anyways, here is the Pac-Man sweater. All its beauty. Quite proud of this one. I hope you enjoy that little montage of videos. Again, as I'm talking to, I'll have close-up pictures popping up too. So hopefully that'll give you an idea of the things I've made. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, so I'm just going to grab my little card to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm now using recipe cards to write my notes instead of on paper. I find they're a lot handier. Excuse me. Oh, yes, right. That was the other thing. The reason I needed to get, and I mentioned I was going to talk about this, the reason I needed to get all of the knitting off my needles was I'm doing 2 test knits right now. One is for Tasha Could Make That. If you're following me on Instagram, KillerKitsch13, I will be doing little sneak peeks as I'm making it. And then I'm doing a test knit for myself. It's for an upcoming project. What I do when I'm doing test knits is I do samples first, so that the pattern hopefully makes sense. And then I'm going to send it out to a couple of testers, and then hopefully you'll be seeing that project in January. I'll have in December an announcement about what that also involves. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that announcement. So it's probably going to be around the beginning of December. Yeah. Okay, so the other thing, sorry, I'm just going to go out of frame again. And I'm trying not to trip over the mic wire. My husband knows I've been looking for certain books right now. Because I'm doing Haslam on here, as well as something to do with the upcoming announcement in December, I'm trying to find original books. The reason being is I want to be able to provide, when I'm doing a project with everyone, I want to be able to provide all the stuff, like the pattern, the template, the instructions on how to make your block, like all of it. I want to make sure I can give that to people rather than making them having to go continually buy the things. So he did a search and he found 2. I believe they're both from the 1940s. They just arrived literally like minutes before I started filming, so I haven't even had a look through. I know what's in them from the photos from where he got them, but I don't know the years right now. But anyway, so they are originals from the Haslam System of Dress Cutting books. Book number 6 and book number 13. One is Illustrated Book of Draftings for Lingerie with Blouses, Skirts, and Accessories. Actually, there's way more in here than that. And the other one is, they're actually not in bad condition too, by the way. The Haslam System of Dress Cutting Illustrated Book of Draftings for Spring and Summer. And I'm not going to be able to really show you too much, but because the focus, I don't know if you're even going to be able to see that at all, but there's like blouses and skirts and a whole bunch of amazing, yeah, lots of stuff in here. I already know what project, out of this book, I'm going to be doing a project in the new year for Haslam for, yeah, and these both look like they're from the 40s. I don't know if that's showing up or not. If you would like me to do a go-through on camera, let me know, and I can do that. Let me know in the comments below. So I was really happy when these arrived. Unfortunately, they're expensive to buy originals. These came from the UK, actually, like directly from the UK. I think our best option is going to be books in the UK. Well, I mean, like, she did her courses in the UK, so it's where her books originated from, but I think we're going to have more luck finding them in the UK than anywhere else. And then just a few things that are coming up in future videos. I thought I should just throw that in here now too. Again, I'm looking at my little cards, so apologies. So upcoming videos are going to be fall winter knitting, fall winter sewing plans, a much bigger thorough Cricut tutorial. Again, it's similar to the Haslam tutorial. It is taking me longer to do because I want to have a lot of information in there that's going to be helpful, and it may end up being in a couple of parts like the Haslam videos. Again, more draft at home stuff now that I have Haslam books, which is really exciting. And then some crafty things are coming up. So I'm going to throw that back there. And wanted to talk about one other thing. Sort of being inspired by both Lisa from Boba Bun and Tara Dayton. I have started reading, there's one book that they both have mentioned that I've started reading. And then every October I will reread some horror classics. So what I'm reading on ebook, I tried to get it at my library, but it's a popular book. So is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. So it's on my ebook. I was able to find a copy to buy, so it wasn't that expensive either. It was only a few dollars, so Canadian dollars, which, you know, with the currency exchange rate, who knows what it is elsewhere, but I'm not even going to tell you the price because it's going to mean nothing. Loving it. I actually am surprised I've never read this before. And this year I have started rereading, I'm not going to get through it by the end of the month, there's just no way, but H.P. Lovecraft Tales of Horror, and it's a compilation. Oh, there we go. It's a compilation of his stuff. I have read them all a few times already. I have a bunch of different single books that I've read. My dad gave me this recently. He tried reading it, but it just wasn't for him, so he gave me his copy. And now it's pretty much everything. I think it's actually everything is in this one volume, so that made me happy when he gave it to me. So let me know what you're reading. Do you read things during October, Halloween period? Do you watch specific movies? I did talk about things I do, like traditional things I do in my last video. I think it was my last video. Are you making a costume this year? As mentioned in my previous video, I haven't really been making costumes for quite a while now. What I do is I make Halloween garments, like the bat skirt, which you'd have seen the tutorial recently. As you know, hopefully that was helpful. It was sort of a small peek into the Cricut stuff. So here are my recent makes. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please also subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And click the notification bell so you continually get notifications of when I put videos up. I'm now trying to put up one every Friday. I'm seeing how that schedule's working right now. You know, maybe in a month or so, if Fridays aren't working, I might go to a different day. We'll see. We'll see. It seems to be okay for now. Yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you're having a great October. Hopefully you have a fantastic Halloween. And hope it's like scary and like lots of ghosts and goblins are out there. And in the meantime, stay kitschy. See you later.